Today we're going to take a quick look at Nvidia. There is another analyst, I believe this is the third time in the past few days that we've kind of seen these analysts downgrade Nvidia, and this one downgraded the price target from $360 all the way down to $225. We can see stock price has dropped over 5%. So I want to take a quick look, what is this kind of analyst worried about, and just share my overall insight. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for a free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So let's get started. So like I mentioned, today we're taking a quick look. The market closed, Nvidia closed down 5.2%, sitting at $219. If we take a quick look in the past 5 days, the stock is down 19.5%, and year to date the stock is down over 27%. And again, what are we seeing? I'm not gonna do a full in-depth on everything, but we're seeing a decrease in consumer spending. So companies are like Nvidia, or investors for Nvidia, are somewhat concerned. I've talked about some of those issues in previous episodes, so make sure to check it out. But something I'm not too completely worried. Obviously, I do believe it will happen to some extent. It might cause some negativity in stock price, but I believe Nvidia right now has kind of created itself where it is now kind of doing well with data centers, automotive, for example, and that continued growth might be able to offset some of the decline it might be seeing. Again, remember, some of these analysts, when they come to these price targets, it's a lot of that short-term mentality. This is their job, right? They're looking at how the price might act in the next 12 months. As long-term investors, remember, we don't really care in theory what should happen in the next 12 months, more what should happen within the next few years, and none of my theses have changed. But if we take a quick look, Nvidia stock price is downgraded, and some of the headwinds are China and Russia. If we take a quick look here, Bear Tristan Guerra downgraded Nvidia stock to neutral from outperform, writing off his concern about excessive inventory for consumer graphics processing units. All right, so now we're seeing what's happening. What is the investor worried about? They're worried about the huge inventory in the graphics market, more importantly in the consumer world. He noted that he believes order cancellations really recently started in consumer GPUs, driven by excessive inventories, a slowdown in consumer demand, and the overall Russia embargo. So this is something we have talked about in the past, right? The PC consumer market is kind of seeing a bit of a slowdown. The second thing is, right now, with the overall kind of cryptocurrency declining, crypto mining is probably not being as efficient, we are seeing an increase of kind of inventory in secondhand sellers, which can also kind of create more of an off-sell for the company as first-party sellers, right? For example, in the past 14 days, we've seen articles like this: GPU stock levels are now so good, today's brutal pricing cannot last. We also see articles like this where in Europe, graphics card prices fall by 25% in March. Even though they have fallen by those much, average GPU price now sits still 25% above MSRP. And I wanted to take a closer look at eBay, right, where we see kind of more second seller prices here in the graphics department. And here today, April 11th of 2022, we see numerous graphics cards, the RTX 3080, being selling for about $1,300, some of them even more expensive. And note the MSRP for that card is around $700. So prices are still, for certain cars, still ridiculously high. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and keep listening for this great offer we have for the community. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investments. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you a discount for one of my favorite services The Fool offers: The Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Go to fool.com/Jose to sign up and get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor has been a market-beating service, so what are you waiting for? Thanks again for The Motley Fool. Now on to today's points. Now, again, I do believe to some extent this kind of stock price action might be somewhat Nvidia's stock price or the valuation's fault. I do believe Nvidia in the short term of things is priced to perfection. And this is something I mentioned a lot, where this is a company where any negativity news, because it is priced to perfection, will kind of see heavy volatility. Here we saw almost a 5% day, over a 5% day, because this is a company that's priced to perfection, and any form of slowdown or any type of hurdle is kind of seen as high risk at the moment. And I do believe this, unfortunately, is going to continue. I do believe we are going to continue to see analysts downgrade the semiconductor industry, especially for that short-term movement of consumer spending. Fortunately, I'm more of a long-term investor, and I do believe this is more going to give us buying opportunities. Nvidia right now, I do want to say, is still priced to perfection. I would personally enjoy this kind of hitting the low $200. It's already a big position in my portfolio, but if I was to add more, the lower $200, if it even get to the high 100s, again, anything is possible with this market. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed. Then this is when I would really want to increase my position and make it even bigger than it already is. So let me know in the comments below, guys. Are you worried about this graphics market kind of shifting for Nvidia, or are you kind of more impressed of how strong they're doing with the data center, how they're doing with their automotive segment, and everything, other solutions that they do outside of the consumer market? So take care, guys. Have a good day, and see you next time.